Where did you grow up in the city?
I, for the most part, grew up on the Lower East Side.
Now, single mother, and she was quite the hippie.
She was she was like a flower child or something
Sure.
of that nature.
Like from what I seen in the documentary.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, she was whatever was happening, she was always ahead of the curve. So she got me my first punk rock record because she wanted me to know what kids were listening to.
It was wild when I was watching your documentary, and that was your aunt
That I played music.
that you played music with, and then you were 13 years old when the one drummer didn't show up and they put you on stage.
Yeah,
13 years old. You got to see this. It's wild.
Yeah.
And how did it? So you did that, and then all of a sudden people start talking about your band, and they start talking about you got to see, and you were on the drums back then.
Yeah.
What's that about? Because you're not on the drum.
I'm originally a drummer, percussionist, and so on. I mean, I feel like drums are really the root of all instruments of all.
Yeah.
We're all born with a drum in our chest, our heartbeat. So I feel like everything comes from the drums. Oh, I'm still a drummer.
This is the musician coming. I like this.
And so I mean, I play bass very percussively.
So now you do the bass.
Yeah.
And then you do the.
Yes, I'm a screamer. I don't call myself a singer as much as a screamer.
Yeah, but man, in your documentary, man, I saw Ice-T.
Yeah.
I saw all sorts of musicians from back in the day. How did you get? Who was that famous artist, Andy Warhol?
Yeah.
How the hell you know that guy?
Actually,
what is that about?
Well, actually, my mom was one of the people, like, when she was like 15, 16, she used to do stuff at that place, The Factory, which was the art place that he was running. So my mom was always involved in, like, the counterculture scene, whether it was music or art or this and that. So I was really kind of, like, born into it. And I just, like, I never really had, like, a normal childhood, like, hanging out with other kids as much as I was always at some sort of a concert or some sort of an event or a bar or party or some other type of adult situation.
It was kind of cool watching you on, like, the rooftop with your friends and shit and just fucking wherever you're at, you're sitting there getting interviewed.
That was in
cute little Harley. You this savage. You should have seen him as a kid. You had your hair spiked up and they were interviewing you. You looked comfortable on camera as a kid. You look comfortable there. Is that weird? Did you feel comfortable?
Bro, I've been on stage so long.
You grew up in it. You grew up on that scene.
But there's a lot of wild shit in that movie. I mean, it's like the history of the Lower East Side in it back in the day. It's like pretty rough, man.